Okay, so imagine this for a second. Your workspace is completely silent. Zero computer noise, zero heat, but you have all the power of a massive workstation right there at your fingertips.
It sounds like science fiction.
It does, but we're looking at a spec sheet today that claims to do just that. We're doing a deep dive into the AdderLink Infinity ALIF2122R-US.
Which is, in technical terms, a dual-head IP KVM receiver.
Yeah.
And if you read the documentation, the whole theme is basically dislocation.
Right, dislocation.
Yeah.
But let's be clear for everyone listening, we're not just talking about, putting your PC tower on the floor.
No, not at all.
This thing lets you move the actual computer up to 12 miles away.
Into a secure server room, yeah. While you just have this tiny little box on your desk.
And that's the core of it, isn't it? When you push a signal that far, you expect it to be terrible.
Yeah.
Lag, artifacts, fuzzy text.
Exactly. So the real mission of this deep dive is figuring out how they actually claim to solve that problem. How do you maintain a perfect desktop experience over that kind of distance?
I have to admit, I was skeptical. They keep using this phrase, pixel perfect. Marketing departments love that phrase.
Oh, they do?
But how are they actually backing it up? Because streaming, say, 2560 by 1600 at 60 hertz with no compression artifacts, that seems, well, ambitious.
It all comes down to the encoding. See, most remote desktop software you might have used, it compresses the video like a Netflix stream. You lose detail. This unit uses what they call spatially lossless encoding. It's one-to-one pixel mapping.
So it's less like a video stream and more like a really, really long cable.
That is the perfect analogy. The image on your monitor is bit for bit identical to what's coming out of the graphics card 12 miles away.
Okay, which brings us to maybe the weirdest feature in the notes, Magic Eye. It sounds a little silly.
It sounds like pure marketing fluff, but it solves a huge headache, especially for Mac Pro users.
Go on.
So high-end graphics cards, they often use a trick called dithering. They flicker pixels between two colors really fast to fake a deeper color that isn't really there.
Right, to the human eye, it just looks smooth.
Yeah. To the human eye, yes. But to a data encoder, it looks like the entire screen is just chaotic flashing noise.
And that would just kill your bandwidth, wouldn't it? The encoder thinks everything is changing every single frame.
It chokes the network. Magic Eye is basically an algorithm that detects that specific dithering pattern and processes it intelligently so it doesn't overload the stream.
So you get the color accuracy without the lag. That's clever.
It's a game changer for creative work.
Right, so video quality is sorted. But the distance. How do you physically get a signal 12 miles? A normal copper cable is done after 100 meters.
And that's where the IP and IP KVM is so important. The box has SFP cages.
Small form factor pluggable slots.
Exactly. You just pop in a fiber optic transceiver and suddenly you're running over your existing fiber network. That's how they get to 20 kilometers.
And because it's standard IP, you're not having to run a dedicated, dark fiber line just for this one connection.
Correct. You're just riding over the network that's already there. And at the user's end, the receiver is tiny. It's a 1U metal case, uses only, 7 watts of power? It just disappears.
Okay, but if I'm an IT director, this is where my anxiety starts to spike.
Security.
Yeah, the computer is locked away in a vault, which is great. But now the user has this box on their desk. What stops them from plugging in a thumb drive and just walking out with a bunch of data?
They thought of that. The device has something called USB2.0 class control. It's smart enough to tell the difference between a keyboard or a mouse, which are HID devices, and mass storage.
So you can actually lock out things like thumb drives without having to get out the superglue and physically block the USB ports.
That's it. You get the usability of your peripherals without the massive security hole of removable storage.
Those are reliable.
The mean time between failure, the MTBF, is rated at 345,000 hours.
345,000, that's what, nearly 40 years of nonstop operation?
It's built for an industrial setting, not just consumer convenience.
It really makes you rethink the whole concept of a personal computer. If my processor's across town and my screen is connected by fiber with basically zero latency, does it even matter where the physical box is anymore?
As long as the pixels are perfect, the box is irrelevant.
Something to think about for your next IT upgrade. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.